Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Bitch Bible Podcast. I'm just laughing with myself. Shocker. I said to Andrew like 16 times this weekend, I said, do you ever wake up and you just think, I have nothing left to say. I have nothing interesting to tell. I have no tidbits or opinions to move the meter. I am on reserve fuel. I have quite literally nothing to provide anybody today. And that's where I'm operating from. I've had, I'm kind of in my post-menstrual, like the day or two after your period, where like all of your hormones kind of take a deep dive, like a plummet, like a venom drop at Hurricane Harbor. And you just start reassessing everything about yourself 99.9% of the time. This is the truest thing I'll ever say. 99.9% of the time, I wake up so joyous. It's off-brand, but off-brand October is right around the corner. And, she's nothing if not painfully honest and authentic. Most of the time I wake up, I open my drapes with a smile on my face. I hear the birds chirping, and I do get a little bit of a twitch, but I'm indoors, so it's okay. And I think, wow, how did I get here? Life is oh so good. But then there's like 2 or 3 days out of the month, usually after a menstrual cycle, where I start reassessing everything and downward spiraling, and I'm low and I'm slow and I'm broken. And that's where I'm at today. So let's be mindful of my current mental state. I also was talking to a friend a few weeks ago. I was talking to Heather McMahon, and we were just, talking shit, because sometimes you need to do that with a girlfriend on a Tuesday. It was a beautiful day. She called me and she's like, I just need to talk shit. And I was like, I'm your girl. Let's go, baby. Where shall we fucking start? It was like 28 minutes of just purging, being very petty, but like well-intentioned, lighthearted shit talk with your gal pal. And it felt so good, just a midday pick-me-up. And I said to her something that has stuck with me ever since, because I believe I was projecting. I said, Heather, do you ever feel like you're hooked up, handcuffed to a treadmill of relevancy, just fighting for your life? Running, flailing limbs, sweating, gasping for air, but on a treadmill to nowhere of relevancy. I wasn't saying that to her because no one is more relevant than my dear friend Heather McMahon, but sometimes the grind grinds you down in any capacity, in any job field. It just breaks you. And this is my menstrual cycle speaking, but we're about to pick it back up because fall is just around the corner. And as I divulged last week, not in a classics episode, the regurgitated money grab classics episodes that are now coming out on Saturday, but in my normal episodes that are released on Tuesday, every Tuesday for 10 years, I will tell you, or I already told you, that off-brand October is coming around the bend. And if you think that you're not getting a get ready with me and a micro house tour, you're dead fucking wrong. So you might want to pop over to the YouTube channel and fucking subscribe. Thank you. Ding, ding, ding. Fall is just around the corner, and I am so excited about Frazzled Englishwoman Fall. This is a new trend because God forbid we make it 2 weeks without the TikTokers quantifying, identifying, branding moments in time. I find this to be deeply irritating 96% of the time, but when it's applicable to me and my body type, I'm fucking down. Why do we live in a culture that needs to aestheticize absolutely everything? I'm not sure, but it is fun. So let's go over it. So Frazzled Englishwoman Fall consists of basically like whirlwind fabrics, not a lot of curation, kind of looking like haphazardly put together. The inspo pics are, Kate Winslet in The Holiday. I found Kate Winslet in The Holiday, despite when she was just recovering from Jaspergate, I found her to be pretty put together. I mean, beautiful tendrils, like sensible cardigans. I didn't find her to be frazzled. I think they're talking about Kate Winslet maybe in the beginning of the movie. Cameron Diaz in The Holiday, also quite put together. Juliet from Love Actually, also quite put together. So I feel like, you know, the real blueprint would be Bridget Jones, played by the great Renee Zellweger. I was going to say Renee Russo for a second. Renee Zellweger. I read somewhere, I don't know if this is true, that there's going to be like a fourth installment 20 years later of Bridget Jones' Diary. I don't know that we need that right now. I also started, what is it called? The Perfect Couple. I am very into it in theory. I only watched one episode. I'm going to watch the second episode tonight because I have extreme moderation in my lifestyle and I don't like to binge. I find binging television shows like mentally unstable. I don't understand it. Like, why do you want to burn through a good thing? I want to pace it out. And by pace, I mean space. Both work though. I want a slow burn, as the great Casey Musgraves once said. If I get through it, then what do we have to look forward to? I want to watch an episode a night, every night for like 7 nights. I don't want to do 7 hours of anything. So watch the first episode last night. It's a beautiful setting. We've got Nicole Kidman. It's wealthy. It's, you know, tantalizing to the eyes, but it's kind of goes back and forth from being like incredible to also like really cringe and terrible. And it's too soon to tell, but I feel like the overall consensus online is that it's not good, which I'm really disappointed by, but I'm not letting that infiltrate my own experience. So for now, like, I'm on board. This is so sad. I was saying this to Andrew. He's like, there's no way. And I mean this so honestly. I'm pretty sure I read the book, and I'm also 100% sure that I have no idea what's going on. Like, I retained zero information from reading that book, which I typically do. When I saw It Ends With Us, I know I read the book. I believe I read It Begins With Us. Not only did I read the book, I also had like prequel, sequel information. And when I tell you that I was completely guffawing at parts of the movie because I had just blocked it out. The brain is not a sponge. It retains and then it rejects. It retains and rejects. Also, I will not be participating in the Mormon Wives show on Hulu. So many people have asked me, are you going to be watching this? Will we be recapping it? We won't. We just won't. I've got too much on my plate. I don't want to emotionally invest in another reality show. I don't watch Love Island. I don't watch Selling Sunset. I don't watch Big Brother. I don't watch any other reality shows besides The Real Housewives. And I dabbled back in the day in Southern Charm, but as soon as they let Thomas and Catherine go, I kind of tapped out. And here and there, I'll pick up little tidbits. I don't watch Love is Blind. It's not for me. I don't want to watch Caucasian Mormon women, okay, with bad ombre hair in overly white homes. Okay, I don't need, at the end of my day, I do not want to sit on my sofa and look at fluorescent lighting and bad light fixtures in kitchens with white Mormon women. I'm uninterested. That's just, I'm not being rude. I'm just being honest. So I will not be participating, but enjoy your life. Fall, frazzled Englishwoman fall. Oh, we have so much Real Housewives coming up that I don't even like, I start to panic and go into anaphylaxis. The idea of needing to navigate Beverly Hills, Salt Lake City. Are we getting a New York? And there's another one. And Orange County is on right now. Like, these are the moments we live for. Let's get back to Frazzled Englishwoman because I really want us to take this on as a society. So basically, the hair, the glam for Frazzled Englishwoman fall is kind of almost like, according to Birdie, art teachery, innovative layering, hefty pendants on a ribbon necklace, a roomy bag, skinny scarves. Quirkiness is crucial. Okay, quirkiness is crucial. I think we just found the title of this episode. florals, but not in like a 2024 way, in a very old upholstered crusty sofa way. Also juxtaposed rich tones like burgundy, chartreuse, and mustard yellow. We're often seen mixing various layers like cardigans, cable knit sweaters, vests, tights, frilly blouses. Claw clips are a big one. For the glam, we are doing less is more, but just like a little of a cocktail. You know what I mean? Not in the clean girl aesthetic way, in a frazzled, on the tube, running late, spilled my coffee, claw clip, messy bun, tendrils coming down, fucked up eyeliner, and like a messy gloss. You know, like clean but frazzled, which is so on the nose. I couldn't be more in support of anything ever. Okay, we need to talk about Travis Kelce and Taylor Swift and those fucking PR breakup papers that broke the internet last week. I read those and there was a moment, there was about 5 minutes where I got really, really upset. Like visibly upset. And yes, I was in the trenches of my menstrual cycle, but I just thought, if this is true, this is so... It's so calculated. It's so disgusting. It is abusive to our intelligence and society and pop culture. It's so contrived. And my heart broke for Taylor Swift because my immediate perception was not that they were both in on a PR stunt relationship. It was that she had a breakup looming around the corner and she had no idea. That's where my head first went. And then obviously with the stupid fucks on the internet, like strategizing and conspiracy theorying that these two are solely in a relationship for PR. Does Taylor Swift need PR? I don't think so. I think it's a bit of a stretch. It's quite a commitment. And as we all saw in Cats, love her like a sister, but this is a pretty... level 10 acting skill to pretend you're in a relationship with somebody for this long. And for what gain? To sell tickets to the Eras tour? Of course not. Ridiculous. And I mean, while I do have personal problems with Travis Kelce's outfits, and I do think he looks like someone who puts chips in his sandwiches, which are definitely like he loves, like he thinks that he's being niche and like, you know, what would I say? A curator of elegance because he has like maybe an Italian club sandwich. He thinks it's risky and like he's really broken out of that Midwest mold because he like knows what a sopressata is. Is that what it's called? Or like a prosciutto. He thinks that's like the wildest shit. But in his heart of hearts, he is I would say a turkey pepper jack, all the fixins with like a barbecue potato chip in the middle. That's who he is. And that's okay. You're not going to fool me with the Gucci bucket hat. As someone who has been in a dark place and purchased a Gucci bucket hat, that is a day I'll never forget and I'll never forgive for myself. I got to Paris. It was day one. It started raining. I had a few cocktails. I popped into Gucci on Rue Saint Honor, which I'm probably butchering. And I thought, how am I going to protect this weave, honey? I'm going to buy a canvas hot pink Gucci bucket hat for $450 and just be like, it's like cool. It's like, what am I, fucking Justin Bieber? I was walking around. I caught a glimpse of myself an hour and a half later, like in a store window. And I thought, Jackie, you couldn't be more tacky and you couldn't be more broken. And I took the hat off and I've never worn it again. And that's a lie because I definitely wore it in the Bahamas and I got a lot of weird looks. And Andrew's like, you look like a morally bankrupt fifth grader. And I said, thanks, honey. Lilas. Anyways, as someone who's succumbed to a Gucci bucket hat before, I can speak from experience that it's not it. It's loud. It's loud. But maybe their love is loud. And I think that's what they've been doing this weekend. They're showing that the world will not break them. It turns out that the papers were not true, fraudulent, which makes me happy because we shouldn't. What does it say about us what does it say about not us? I would like to disassociate. What does it say about a person that they would take the time to try to plant something like that into the universe? Is it to dilute other people's joy and happiness and circumstances? It's very, very psychotic and really kind of fucked up. Like I felt bad for her. I felt bad for both of them. And that's just all I got to say about that. But we saw them at the U.S. Open. I mean, the lights never dim. They're singing, I believe in a thing called love, just listen to the rhythm of my heart. And they're dancing and they're in coordinating red outfits and they're going to dinner in thigh-high boots. So it's great. I was also super proud to see Taylor Swift not in the sax off fifth. I mean, I'm such a cunt. Like, I really can't stand myself. In a Stella McCartney crossbody bag, we've elevated the looks, and I'm proud. She was wearing a mesh top. Excess saliva, sorry. A mesh top and a thigh-high boot to an Italian restaurant in New York City. She's wearing a Reformation gingham dress at the U.S. Open with her gal pals. And I'm proud of her. After giving birth, I really love a meal kit, like more than I could ever express. And my absolute favorite is Home Chef. Their meals are so delicious. The prep and cook times are so short, which we love. Home Chef's meals are effortless. Last week, I made their silky Florentine salmon. It only took 30 minutes, which for me is nothing. Before having a baby, I would spend hours and hours cooking. And now, by the time I chuck that kid in his crib, I'm like, what can we do? Quick, easy. Don't want to go grocery shopping. Intro Home Chef. They provide fresh ingredients, chef design recipes conveniently delivered to your doorstep to simplify your cooking experience. Whether you prefer classic meal kits with pre-portioned ingredients and easy instructions, speedy recipes ready in less than 30 minutes, oven-ready kits with pre-chopped ingredients, or quick microwave meals that assemble in minutes, Home Chef has you and the entire family covered for delicious meals without the hassle. Home Chef has over 30 options a week and serves a variety of dietary needs, so you don't have to worry about what to make ahead of time. Not only is it convenient, but it's economical too. Home Chef customers save an average of $86 per month on groceries. Home Chef even has a delicious kid-friendly family menu with 18 new options each week. It is picky eater approved and takes the stress out of dinner time. I love this because I can just send Andrew on his merry way in the kitchen with Home Chef. Because normally if I didn't have Home Chef, I'd be like, okay, put the salmon in at 350. Don't forget the parsley. Now I'm just like, go. Instructions. Don't talk to me for 30 minutes. Dinner on the table at 8. You know what I'm saying? For a limited time, Home Chef is offering my listeners 18 free meals plus free dessert for life and, of course, free shipping. On your first box, go to homechef.com/Bible. That is homechef.com/Bible for 18 free meals and free dessert for life. You heard that right. Homechef.com/Bible must be an active subscriber to receive free dessert. This week's episode is sponsored by Squarespace. Squarespace has really been a game changer for me. Not only did they help me make a website, but they also have so many amazing tools that help me continue to stand out and succeed online. With Squarespace, you can create a website that is beautiful, engage with your audience, sell products all in one place. It is so easy. They also have this amazing feature. It's called Squarespace AI. So you can update written content on any website. All you have to do is explain what your site's about, choose your tone, enter what you need. It's going to generate personalized short or long form text for your website. Also, their analytics are so easy, so you can get insights on top traffic sources, understand how your reach is growing, track sales metrics, etc. It's so easy to use. Please check out squarespace.com for a free trial. When you're ready to launch, go to www.squarespace.com/Bible to save 10% off your first purchase of a website or domain. Speaking of my menstrual cycle, wait, this is so bad. So all of my girlfriends are like really on this like clean living tip. Okay, we're wearing clean makeup. We're talking about lead in the tampons. We're talking about pesticides on our fruit. I'm going to tell you a little ditty about Jackie Schimmel. Okay. I have not washed a piece of fruit since 1990. I believe that a little razzle dazzle of pesticides is good for the immune system. I eat shit off the floor. I don't rinse lettuce. I don't wash my herbs. I don't wash fruit. I have started to for my son, but it feels insanely unnatural. I'm not someone that worries a lot about those types of things. And I had an epiphany recently. I was talking to my sister and my husband, and I was like, you know what? Despite like branding myself 10 years ago, because I thought that's what women were supposed to do. I thought we like needed to be like messy drunks who are neurotic. Like I thought that was just like the blueprint for being someone like in the digital universe, and it's so tired and it's so fucking dumb. And for me, it's just so untrue. I read the bio that I wrote. like 8 years ago is like, your neurotic best friend. Like, I'm not neurotic. I'm the opposite of neurotic. I'm a pain in the ass. I'm insanely particular and controlling, but I'm not neurotic. And I've never had to be, because through every phase of my life, I have been aligned with someone that worries enough for both of us. First, it was my sister. That bitch was worried about everything. She'd cry when I got my fucking hair trimmed, okay? So something about her perpetual worriedness alleviated me of any type of concern for life. Like, I was like, I'm good. Like, it all went into her, and I went in the opposite direction. And now with my husband, that fucker's worried about everything. So I don't really have to run nervous, because I've got someone just taking care of it for the both of us, which is kind of a beautifully untethered way to live. I mean, it's a little psychotic and probably irresponsible, but regardless, the moral of that story is I don't wash my fucking fruit. But I've started to, okay? I hit it with a little baking soda and white wine vinegar because I'm a loving, tender, hands-on mother. So after my girlfriends were pummeling, ear raping me about the tampons, I decided, maybe we skip this cycle. Maybe we skip the plastic lead ultras, okay? And maybe we opt for a more carbon conscious, I don't know if that's the terminology, a more sustainable tamperoonie, okay? So I went to Erewhon, which is just, it's not my mecca. Will I buy an overpriced buffalo cauliflower here and there? Yes, I dabble, but I don't find myself or a sense of wonder at an Erewhon. I don't think I fit the prototype. I look around and I don't see like-minded creatures. Despite the fact that we're all wearing bike shorts, we're all in an aloe bike short and a crossbody bag, maybe a Bottega Jody with like a dad sandal and a scrunchie to boot. I don't feel one with my people. I like the geriatric nature of a Bristol Farms or a Gelson's. I like the geriatric Judaism, complaining about things in the produce aisle. That's more my vibe. But anyways, I found myself at Erewhon last week looking for sustainable fucking tampons. And I'd like to go on record and say they don't work as well. And give me the lead and arsenic in my vagina, because they were ejecting out of my body. They did not work for me. So anyways, I'm in the aisle. I find the woman that helps you find the things, okay? A naturopath or whatever they call them, a supplement Sally. So I look at her and I'm like, hey, I'm looking for some tampons, but like I need something super absorptive. I was about to say super absorptive. That's where I'm at emotionally right now. We are scraping. I'm like, I need something like really absorbent. I am like Niagara Falls down there. I mean, I'm popping ultras in like fucking Tic Tacs on the 4th of July. Don't know what that means either. And she's like, well, I've heard these ones are really good down here. I mean, they're $400 a tampon. I'm like, bitch, you got to be fucking kidding me. She's like, I've heard really great things. I mean, I haven't used a tampon in 30 years. And she was a slightly older woman. And I looked at her and I said, well, the upside of menopause is that you don't have to spend $700 on lead-free tampons. Am I right? And there was a bit of an awkward silence. And I took a sip of my matcha just to ease the tension. And she said, well, 30 years ago, I was hospitalized for intense toxic shock syndrome after a tampon got lost inside of me for a few months. So ever since then, I've switched to maxi pads. I haven't gone through menopause yet. It was, I'm butchering the story and the delivery, but right as I took a sip, she's like, actually, it was a very dangerous case of toxic shock syndrome. And I literally choked. Right as she said toxic shock syndrome, I started choking on my matcha in the aisle, hovering over the $800 tampons. And I was like, And then it went from choking to crying to laughing to suppressing laughing to choking again. And she was so offended that I insinuated that she had gone through menopause and wasn't just fucking raw dogging maxi pads like a sick bitch. I'm like, what do you take a corn husk up there? Like, I'm so sorry, ma'am. What do you, when someone who is objectively an older woman, okay, says that she has not had to use a tampon in 20 years. Granted, even if it wasn't 20 years, I would say something like that as a joke, okay? Because, you know, rules of comedy, exaggeration is funny. So I thought we were just two gals kibitzing over overpriced tampons when apparently I triggered her about a toxic shock syndrome, which I never understood. I knew a girl in high school who had toxic shock syndrome. And she had a tampon that had been stuck inside of her for like 8 months. And she lived to tell the tale. And she told everybody because she made it like she was this, you know, toxic shock syndrome warrior. And I was like, honey, I've barely had a phalange up there and my tampons just fall the fuck out. So I wouldn't be bragging about the toxic shock syndrome. To me, that feels a little listless. You know what I mean? Like, collect yourself. Oh, it was so funny. And now, like, oh, God, it was so awkward. And then I needed to go back because I wanted to get Clyde some fucking teething stuff. And then she was there. So I had to do like a sharp left because God forbid I trigger her with the toxic shock syndrome. But it wasn't. It was the way she said it. She said, actually, I had a very severe case of toxic shock syndrome many years ago. I was hospitalized and therefore I don't wear tampons anymore. And I was like, okay. Do you have a newsletter, an Air One newsletter that you could write your sad little story in? Because I could probably shove that up inside me and it's free and lengthy and bulky. Moving along from Linda's toxic shock syndrome in Air One, Calabasas. Not to name the puppy, but her name is Linda and she has toxic shock syndrome and she works at Calabasas Air One. Anywho, her name wasn't Linda. I forgot. Maybe it was Lindsay. Maybe it was Lisa. Who gives a fuck? Anywho, more exciting information. Anna Delvey will be joining Dancing with the Stars. Fun fact, I don't watch Dancing with the Stars because I'm not a 68-year-old woman named Karen from Michigan. I only participated in Dancing with the Stars when Julianne and Derek Huff were, you know, the tap dancing scissor sisters, because I do love sexual tension and just a hint of incest is fun for the girlies. You know what I'm saying? I promised I wasn't going to make that joke anymore. Starting from, I think in 2020, I announced that I would no longer be making fun of the scissor sisters, but it is funny. It's only not funny if it's true. And if it's true, that speaks to a deeper issue that I take no part in. You know what I mean? But it's funny. Also, Joey Fatone broke on this podcast that allegedly maybe Julianne Hough was bisexual or a lesbian many, many years ago. So, you know, just never say I'm not a journalist. Never say it. Couldn't claim it. But Julianne Hough, that body, she's absolutely gorgeous. I don't need to see her watching or see her make her lemon water or see her morning routine on, I believe it's Elle. You should, if you haven't seen it, you have to watch it. You will fucking die. It's the funniest thing you've ever seen. God bless her. Okay, what a talent. She's an author. She's a dancer. She's an actor. She's a singer. I'm just a stupid bitch, you know, on a microphone with bad hair. So don't listen to me, but will I be watching Anna Delvey on Dancing with the Stars? Is this an extreme showcase of white privilege? Perhaps. Now, is this good for me? Let's bring it back. And my art collection, being that I am a investor in the arts and I do own a piece of Anna Delvey prison art that I have framed in my living room. Is that me contributing to the problem? Probably. It's good to workshop this out loud. It definitely is. Does it increase value in my sketch? I believe so. And for that, I say thank you, Dancing with the Stars. Who's hosting that now? Is it Julianne Hough and Carlton? Not from Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. I think about Carlton Jabria. Not sure if that's her last name. Every single day of my life. Every single day of my life. Her friction with Kyle Richards in Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, as a viewer, nothing was more infuriating to me to watch. Like, I was it was painful and it wasn't fun. It wasn't like Mary Cosby, although I have thoughts about Mary Cosby too. Like, she does make me nervous as a viewer. I'm so happy that she's back, but she makes me insanely uncomfortable and nervous, more so than any other person I've ever seen on reality television. Untrue. Good to workshop this. Mary Cosby and Joe from Vanderpump Rules. No two people have ever made me more uncomfortable. Maybe in life. I don't really get uncomfortable. Watching Joe eat raw pasta on Instagram stories last week. I'm not sure if you saw this. Google it. It's not quirky. It's not funny. It's just weird, and that's okay too. But I just like to acknowledge things for what they are. I think that's important in life, and it's really it's deeply weird. And to quote the Aviva Drescher icon beacon of light, you don't have another word for weird, writer girl? I ain't a writer, so that's the best she's got. Hello. Here is my Anna Delvey Dancing with the Stars prediction. Okay. And I'm sure a lot of people are going to predict this. It's hardly reworking the wheel here. But I think Anna Delvey with her ankle monitor bracelet is going to really lean into the camp element, and it will be interesting to see what the consensus like for the audience is. Like, are we riding for her or are we not riding for her? Because it's a bit dicey, but I think she is going to hit us with a lot of jail-themed songs. I think there will definitely be like a cell block tango. I think there'll definitely be like Locked Out of Heaven, maybe like Locked Up. Who sings that? Akon and Young Jeezy. Is that it? Locked Up, can't let... I'm not going to sing it because that feels in poor taste. But yeah, things about being locked up, Jailbird, Jailhouse Rock, stuff like that. I'm going to put money on it that her first dance number is to some type of jail-themed hymn, if you will. Please do not skip through this ad. Nothing has ever been more applicable. There is nothing, and I mean nothing, I hate more than the week before your period. The moodiness, the cravings, the breakouts. It is horrible. I turn into even more of a nightmare than normal, and luckily, it is so easy to manage PMS with Ester Control. Ester Control is a formula developed by Happy Mammoth. It's a supplement company dedicated to making women's lives easier. Ester Control contains science-backed herbal extracts that help support hormonal health, so it is perfect for premenopausal women who suffer from PMS. The ingredients in Ester Control help support the liver where estrogen is processed. So when the estrogen isn't processed in the liver well, women may start having PMS and all the terrible symptoms that come with it. You know, cravings, acne, feeling low out of nowhere. With Ester Control, you don't have to lose a week out of every month because of PMS. For a limited time, you can get 15% off your entire first order at happymammoth.com. Just use the code Jackie at checkout. Once again, go to happymammoth.com for 15% off your entire first order. Use the code Jackie at checkout. I love Ritual Vitamins so much. This is one of my very favorite sponsors because I have used Ritual Vitamins for so long. I used them before I even thought about ever having a baby. During my pregnancy and after my pregnancy, I took their prenatal. I also took their protein powder while I was pregnant. Every morning I had a smoothie with their protein powder because I knew that I could trust Ritual, and everything is just so clean. It's so transparent. I could not recommend this company enough. I started taking their multivitamin a million years ago because anytime I had taken vitamins, it really upset my stomach. And these you can take first thing in the morning without food. They have a delayed, like capsule in a capsule, delayed release, patented design so that it's not going to bother your stomach. Also, they have like a citrus or minty essence in every bottle. So you're not like burping up like fish breath, especially when you're pregnant. Like anything that upsets your stomach is so not a vibe. And Ritual is just the best company. It was developed for a cynic, by a cynic. It is so easy. It's just the greatest hits of a multivitamin in any life stage. Also, they have vitamins for the whole family. Their prenatal multivitamin is vegan, bioavailable, and science-backed key nutrients. They have methylated folate and nature-identical choline, which supports the baby's neural tube development, and omega-3 DHA for brain and early vision development. It is rigorously tested by a third party for allergens, microbes, heavy metals. Not only are they clean label project certified, but the Essential Prenatal also earned their Purity Award, which is to die for. It's non-GMO, project verified, gluten and major allergen free, certified, B Corp, and made traceable. It is so important to know what you're putting in your body, especially when you're pregnant. And with Ritual's dedication to traceable science and sourcing, you always will. See for yourself with 25% off your first month for a limited time at ritual.com/Bible. Please go order these. You will thank me later. Go to ritual.com/Bible. I've had a lot of awkward altercations this week. First, I had the toxic shock syndrome debacle at Erewhon. And also a couple days ago, okay, sometimes a gal just needs to go to the mall and buy a candle at I go to every single week. I actually think has really done a 180, and I find it to be similar to J. Crew, where I think it's like it's not as bohemian as it used to be, and I mean that as a compliment. You know, it's cute. It's cute, and they have great homeware. I love their dishes. I like their colored crystal candle tapers, stuff like that. And sometimes when it's 118 degrees out, because it is quite literally 118 degrees out in the San Fernando Valley, you just need to saunter into buy a claw clip for frazzled English woman fall, and maybe a sensible Capri Blue candle for a guest bath. Maybe that's what you just need to do. There's a sense of like home and nostalgia and a sense of community at oh, fuck. I wasn't going to say the name of the store. Okay, we're going to rebrand here. Just for convenience and not to burn the house down, let's say I like going to Nordstrom's. More elusive, okay? Nordstrom. Sorry, people get very upset when it's used in the plural. So last week, I saunter into Nordstrom. Maybe get a highlighter, maybe get a lip gloss, maybe get a discount candle. It doesn't fucking matter. Who cares, okay? So I saunter in. I see a girl that I went to high school with. She works at Nordstrom. I see her all the time. Super sweet. And I'm doing my shopping, doing my fucking thing. I get to the register to get my candlestick. And I look up and I see what can only be described as the most asymmetrical, chaotic, painted on eyebrow that I have ever seen in my fucking life, to the point where it's like, it's gotta be a bit. You know what I mean? Like, this has to be like, where are the hidden cameras? Where is Ashton Kutcher in a trucker hat? We're back in 2002. I'm getting punked. Never in my life. It wasn't, I immediately gasped because it's the only natural reaction when you see, listen, we all see fucked up eyebrows. I am organizing a march because we have to stop overplucking the eyebrows. Okay, they got it. We can't, the thin eyebrow, the overly arched, like, it's just not of the times. We got to let them go a little bushier. We need a little bit more foliage on the face, okay? Less foliage on the eyelashes, more foliage in the eyebrows. I don't know where we went wrong, but it is my work of philanthropy. So I look up at this woman, okay? And when I tell you that the eyebrows they were painted on. For Jackie, what if she has alopecia? Fine. Okay. Paint on those eyebrows, girlies. I don't give a fuck. It would almost have been better if she just did a straight line across her forehead over the eyelids. What was going on instead, it was almost as if her eyebrows were vertical. Like it was the craziest thing I have ever seen in my life. And I'm looking at her, I'm trying not to stare, but I'm also trying to kind of get under it because I'm wondering, like, do I have vertigo? Am I having a stroke? Am I at the wrong angle? And I'm literally staring from like looking beneath, trying to figure out the diameter of these eyebrows. They were like a dash, okay? Both of them. Almost like triangular. Like it was like they started mid-forehead and then they ended on the cheekbone. They were almost like to fucking like 11. It was the craziest thing I've ever seen. And black painted on. So then I started thinking, okay, it's very hot outside. Is it possible that these eyebrows once lived in a normal geography landscape of the forehead and have just slipped to the side? I was so baffled and confused. And I was like, people must hate her at this store, because the fact that not one person has pulled her aside and said, hey, Katrina, your eyebrows are slipping. Okay. Your eyebrows are completely vertical. They are like, it's like a ladder to nowhere. What is happening with these fucking eyebrows? I almost said something because I started immediately sweating because I don't know how to function. I get like a little out of sorts. And all I wanted to say to her was like, hey, honey, I couldn't tell if it was intentional. They looked very strategically placed, but it was I won't sleep for 6 weeks over this because I feel a need to go back and talk to her about this. I'm going to do a wellness check later this week because I just need to see if it was an accident or if it was on purpose. And if it's on purpose, somebody somewhere needs to tell her. See something, say something. This is the foundational principle of true feminism, is we have to help each other out, especially when it comes to our fucking eyebrows. So I was so out of sorts, okay, that I shuffle out of Nordstrom. Before I even fully leave the store, okay, I find the girl that I went to high school with. I find her on Instagram. I send a message to her. I hard infiltrate her fucking inbox. I'm going to read you what I said. Okay. I mean, I was, you could still see me outside of the store. I hadn't even made it around the bin before I started fucking stimming in my fingers, but phalange stimming, so that I could DM the girl that I know from high school to ask her about her coworker's eyebrows. I will read you the DM. Hold, please. No hi, no hello. Hey, girly, just, by the way, no sweet, intro, basic pleasantries. No, I was incapable of it. Okay, this is Thursday at 2:59 p.m. I tried to find you in the store before I left, but I needed to message you about your coworker's eyebrows. I know this is rude, but someone that loves her needs to tell her to fix them. See something, say something. This is my good deed for the day. The end. That's it. No, good seeing you, girl. Nothing. Just hard launch. The short circuiting, needed to purge my system, and we haven't gotten a response yet. So, it's just little acts of kindness go a long way, and they don't always come wrapped in a bow. Let's talk about Jennifer Lopez for a second, because if Jennifer Lopez has one fan, her name is Jackie Schimmel. I don't know when we decided to all turn on Jennifer Lopez. I think that the overall consensus is that she's too confident in her skill set. And I would like to go on record and say that I will never jump on a bandwagon to crucify someone for being delusional, because I do think that it's a superpower, a gift, a coping mechanism, and honestly, not offensive to me. I find overly confident people to be extremely safe, extremely transfixing, and I am not bothered by it because I love myself. And I think that if it irritates you too much, maybe you're a little bit insecure, because I mean, what is the psychology behind villainizing people for just being a little delulu, as the kids say? I find that people that are overly into themselves and a little bit delusional are truly harmless creatures because they just love themselves so much. If it's true delulu self-confidence, they're so enamored with themselves that they're not operating from a place of insecurity. Therefore, they're not talking shit about you. They're not dulling your sparkle. They're just shining their self up. You know what I mean? And I think it's a beautiful thing. The way that Jennifer Lopez, okay, besides the fact that she has dust ruffles and bed skirts and undersized love seat, Rachel Ashwell furniture and distressed wood and her home decor, that is a separate episode that I've already done 18 times. That I will not co-sign on. But her as a human being, as a rising phoenix, as someone who just tackles every quadrant of the entertainment industry with chromed talons, I can celebrate everything that is Jennifer Lopez. Okay. The way that she has handled her press tour post breakup is why she's a star. Okay. Some people, they want to lay low for a bit, dim the lights, get out of the public eye. Maybe Jennifer Garner it. Not Jennifer Lopez. She is in a fucking cutout sequin shift dress, just serving body, serving weave, unstoppable. She is balls deep on a red carpet. She is hitting us on Instagram every day, tits out for the boys. I love every second of it. She will not be dulled. She will not be tamed. She will not be confined by her questionable romantic decisions. I love that for her. She's balls out. She is a fuckless force to be reckoned with, and the world has turned on her. I never will. She's having Bridgerton-themed birthday parties amidst the dissipation of her marriage. She's bike riding in Dior midi dresses. She's on every red carpet. She's, doing ironic TikToks. And she's not going to roll over and take it up the ass because, she got burned by life. She's not. She's a rising phoenix, and we have to celebrate that. We have to be bigger people. We have to elevate. We have to level up as consumers, couch consumers, and celebrate the fact that she wakes up every fucking day. Jennifer Lopez wakes up every fucking day, puts a pave hoop in, okay, a little sheen on the cheekbone, and delivers. She goes to fucking work, okay, in whatever capacity that is, metaphorically, emotionally. She doesn't lie down, and it's something to aspire to. Being that it is New York Fashion Week, shocker, not invited to any goddamn shows. Once again, listen, do I want to go? I only go to Paris Fashion Week with conjunctivitis. Okay, I only sit across row 2 from Anna Wintour. Hello. New York Fashion Week, it's so domestic. Anyways, being that it is Fashion Week and, year after year, not included to anything, just not even a micro sliver of an invite, which I do find to be interesting because, yet again, lest we forget, who pays retail for area clothing, like bedazzled, overpriced mini skirts? Jackie Schimmel does. Do they not fit me anymore because I bought a size 0 leather purple area mini skirt with a labia slit? Jackie Schimmel, tag still attached, okay? Can't get an invite to anything, anywhere. But in the spirit of New York Fashion Week, by the way, can you imagine anything fucking worse? Anything worse than a bunch of fucking D-list influencers, okay, swarming around a tray-passed appetizer, drinking budget booze, okay, barely drinking, barely eating, snapping pics with their ring light, kill me, beat me, stab me, shove an electrical prod up my asshole. But would I like to go to New York and stay at Phuket's and order room service and, make fun of people? Yeah, probably. I'd probably go. We're going to play a little game. So I got this, I have a brittle piece of hair in my mouth. Also, breaking news, we're going darker tomorrow. I think I need a bronze situation, a face framing kind of, I got to go darker. It's just not working for me anymore. Are you in pain after walking, running, or even just standing? It's not your feet, it's your shoes. This fall, switch to G-Defy shoes with patented VersoShock technology, which aligns your body, provides superior shock absorption, and trampoline-like energy return. G-Defy offers soles and styles for any activity plus 2 free orthotics. Whether you're an athlete, a busy parent, or always on the go, G-Defy shoes deliver the comfort and versatility your feet crave. Say goodbye to discomfort and hello to unparalleled support this summer. I just got my second pair of G-Defy shoes because the first pair were so comfortable and I wanted to get a new colorway so I could mix and match, honey. They are so comfortable, so stylish, and you can wear them literally anywhere. Enjoy a special fall offer. Visit gdefy.com and get $20 off your order of $100 or more with code BIBLE. Experience ultimate comfort with G-Defy shoes. Visit gdefy.com today. Who else out there is tired of dieting? There are so many weight loss plans out there that promise the same thing, but just give you the same old one-size-fits-all bullshit, but not with Noom. Noom builds personal plans that take into account your dietary restrictions, medical issues, and other personal needs to build a weight loss plan that works just for you. As someone who wants to lose weight but refuses to stop eating carbs, Noom Weight is great because it's personalized to meet my lifestyle. They don't restrict what you can eat and don't shame you when you choose to treat yourself, which we all have to do. Leo season is upon us. Because Noom's program is so personalized, it's felt far more sustainable than other more restrictive weight loss programs. It really makes it so much easier to build a healthy routine that feels manageable and just better overall. Their app makes it so easy to stay motivated with daily lessons and coaching. What makes Noom Weight special is that they combine psychology and unique biological factors to help you achieve weight loss success. They help you understand the science behind your eating choices and specifically why you may be having cravings. Don't just take my word for it. To date, they have helped more than 5.2 million people lose weight. Stay focused on what's important to you with Noom's psychology and biology-based approach. Sign up for your trial today at Noom.com. That's Noom.com. We are going to play a fall fashion 2024 game of Would You Rather, courtesy of New York Magazine and The Cut. For $8,800. I mean, this is fucking ridiculous. I need a list of anybody buying these. Okay, because I'm going to roll through their house and I'm going to club them. For $8,800, would you rather have a pair of leather Prada overalls or a 1981 used John Deere tractor with an attached mower? Okay. I mean, like, these options aren't great. I'm going to go leather Prada overalls, obviously. I don't really know what I would do with a tractor except maybe run Andrew over. But I'm going to go overalls. It's very specific. Okay. Would you rather, for $2,000, a Phoebe Philo pillow scarf or a premium select? That's not business class. Is it business class? There's no way. A premium select round trip Delta flight from JFK to Heathrow for London Fashion Week. Okay, so it's just travel. We're not talking hotels, expenses, invites, anything. We're talking a plane ride or a fucking pillow scarf. I'm going plane ride because I'm a woman of the world in extreme culture. I don't need the pillow scarf. It's giving Menendez brothers, which, by the way, I totally fucked up. My whole life, I thought that the Menendez brothers killed their parents by suffocating them with a pillow. Alas, that's a different murder situation, but I like my version of the story, so we're going to stick with it. You've got to be fucking kidding me. For $29,500, nearly $30,000, would you rather a Tom Ford romper? Is it made with the skins of your enemies? Why would it's more of a jumpsuit, okay? And it's not a lot of fabric. It looks like it's maybe like a silk satin. It ain't leather. It's not epidermis. It is $30,000 for this Tom Ford romper, which, by the way, is giving Macy's. Or a 2024 Ford Escape. Buckle up, Barbie. I'm going for the Ford 2024 Escape. Never a $30,000 like high neck or a fucking jumpsuit. Ugh, and I do love a jumpsuit, but no. The answer to that is no. This is also very disgusting, but I'm going to be careful here because I would like an invite to the Louis Vuitton show this year, which is probably not going to happen, but I'm just putting out those feelers, honey. Would you rather, for $59,000, $59,000 fucking dollars, I do not care if you are a billionaire. You better, I say this all the time with these bitches with these Birkins, these bitches with these Kellys, you better be so fucking stacked. The people around you better be so, like, you better, if you're walking around with a 6-figure bag, you better have everyone in your life very well taken care of. Do you understand me? You better be tipping 50% bare minimum everywhere you fucking go before you have the audacity to walk around with a handbag that is brutally expensive. People need to be taken the fuck care of. It is, and I'm someone who's tacky and materialistic, but there is a level where it's just gross. And there needs to be pause, and you need to look around and you need to help others before, like, you need to be fully insulated, like, well. Do you know what I'm saying? You need to be, I'm hardly the philanthropist of the year, but there needs to be many other steps before you floss hard with your fucking Birkin. Okay? Everyone needs a raise. You need to be a very, very generous spirit. Anywho, for $59,000, that's just me. I mean, who knew I was so woke and charitable? I really am. I practice what I preach, though. You can ask the fuck around. A Louis Vuitton 3D floral dress, or a 125-person wedding at the Brooklyn Botanic Garden Palm House on a Saturday in November, minus the facility rental fee and vendor meals. This is so painfully specific. Let's just say a 125-person extravagant party. Okay, a bat mitzvah, a birthday bash. I would 100% for nearly $60,000. I would love to take all of my family and friends on a gangster ass trip. I couldn't take 125 people. I'm a little high maintenance for that. But even like a dinner, something, anything atrocious. Would you rather, for $15,000, have a Coperny, I'm definitely butchering all these names, air swipe bag, or install central air conditioning? I mean, I already have air conditioning, but I'd put another one in. I've already got 2. I'd take 6. I want it to be frigid. I've been lighting my fireplace. It's 118 degrees and it's fire weather. But I like to keep the home Lucifer's lair, 62 degrees. So I'm going AC. Ooh, for $580, would you rather have an Acne Studios resin popcorn necklace or a commercial popcorn cart? A popcorn cart. For $2,800, would you rather have a Loro Piana, also not my vibe. Like the loafers, the bags, I'm not effortless like that. The pizza cutting board, or 126 Roberta's frozen pizzas. I'm going to go a Loro Piana pizza cutting board. I'm all about investing in homeware these days. Light fixtures, glasses, plates, table linens, bedding, pillows. I've really done a 180. My mom always used to say to me, who's dead, by the way, just in case you forgot, because it's 75% of my personality. My dead mother used to say to me, when you're older, you won't care so much about clothes and shoes and bags. And mind you, when she was alive, I was dead fucking broke. So I don't really know what she was referring to, but I was always very like into it, you know, just despite not being able to participate. I always was looking. I always knew what everything was. I was very aware and intrigued by, you know, the bullshit, all the fucking bullshit, the clothes, the shoes, the jewelry. My mom was like very, like a jeans and t-shirt gal. So I was very enamored with women who were more, like into all of that stuff, just because I didn't grow up like seeing it. So like my Aunt Barbara, my Aunt Christina, they were all like decked and they loved clothes and they were really like into fashion and jewelry, and I just didn't come from that. So I was like, oh, that's so fucking cool. Anyways, they're both dead now too. It's so stupid. It's so fucked up. I have a really good sense of humor. I'm not going to lie. So anyways, I'm going to take... My mom would say, you're not going to be so into all that stuff. You're going to be like more into like investing in your home when you have a home one day. Well, joke's on her, bitch, because I like both. I'm getting the Loro Piana pizza cutting board. For $1,390, nearly $1,400, would you rather get a Burberry trench coat for kids or storing your frozen eggs for 1 year? I think frozen eggs probably, definitely. Let me tell you something about that little fucking Clyde, okay? Let me tell you something. We are nearing 14 months old, and I don't know when it's appropriate to start disciplining him, but I'm fucking ready. I was ready for this my entire life, okay? And I want it to be abundantly clear to Al-Qaeda that when he gets to go do certain experiences, it is only by proxy of Andrew and my hard work. Like, I do not want my son to think that he is entitled to fucking anything, ever. And if you think that I would ever, it would not matter. Money, nothing. It doesn't matter. I would never, just on principle, allow that little fucker to walk around in a Burberry trench coat. Okay. You know why? Because his own mother would bully him. I would bully him ruthlessly. That is not for me. It's not for me. So I am doing an egg storage. This is an interesting one. For $19,000, would you rather have a Bottega Veneta faux fur coat, faux fur, or an electric radiant floor heating system for a 3-bedroom apartment? Let's just say a floor heating system. I would, without a doubt, okay, shtick aside, go for the Bottega faux fur coat without even blinking. I don't need heated floors. $17,000, a 10 by 20 foot greenhouse, or a bottle of Chanel Gardenia perfume. You've got to be fucking kidding me that that's a $17,000 bottle of perfume. I would go for a greenhouse. You know why? Because birds can't get in a greenhouse because it's covered. So it would be a little sanctuary for me. Okay, we've got 2 more and then I'm going to delight you with a song. Just kidding. Okay. $6,000, a pair of embroidered Miu Miu panties. I hate the word panties. I oh my God, even as I just said it, I was just reading it. I'm sorry. Let's call it undergarment, like a cheeky brief, a bedazzled brief, which is so right up my alley, or a BBL procedure outside of the US. I'm going to say something controversial. I don't need a big ol' ass. You know what I mean? I think that what comes up must come down. I used to think that my ass was slightly concave. It's not. It's just small, but it's there. It's developed a presence since I got pregnant, and I've been working on it like minorly in Pilates, doing squats, dropping it low, girl. And I just don't know that we need a big fat ol' ass. Not for me. It doesn't work for my body type. If you have it naturally, then I think that's beautiful because that is your body type and we should embrace it. But I think if you're not born with it, do we really need the BBL? I don't think so. If you've got it, congratulations, J-Lo, Kim Kardashian, mazel tov to you. It works. But if it's not part of your just natural makeup, I don't know that we need to be injecting. I don't know that we need to be BBLing. I think it's not gonna last the test of time. So if you think that I wouldn't fucking, put on a compression tight, a black tight with a bedazzled brief, and a chunky sweater and a fucking thigh-high boot and a trench coat in Europe, you are dead fucking wrong. You are dead fucking wrong. Because that sounds exactly like something I would wear. The last one for $49.90, nearly $5,000, just shy, $10. A ruffled Chloe dress or 4 VIP tickets to Coachella. I'm going ruffled Chloe dress, not gonna lie. Will I find myself back at Coachella? There will be a day. It will not be today, and it will not be this year. I do think that the crowd at Stagecoach is scarier. I find that the Coachella crowds are a little bit more affected and broken. But I like a music festival, but I need easy in and I need easy out. And I don't want to be like in a floral crown, like on Molly with a bunch of people in crochet crop tops revolve around the worlding. That's not for me. But a pop in and a pop out. I got to tell you, my favorite festival, I have not been to Outside Lands. I think I would love that because I do love San Francisco. And I have not I love Lollapalooza because I love Chicago so very much. I fucking love Chicago. And there's something like magical about being in the middle of the city and just being able to get in and get out so easily. Whereas Coachella, you know, there's a lot of dust and it's a lot of orchestration. Even if you're fully fucking dialed, it's still a lot of orchestration. You get on the bus and then you got to go here and then you got to get to pick up the wristband and then it's too much back and forth. And I'm just, you know, I'm not rough and tumble like that. It is good hair weather for me, so that's good. Another reason why I fucking love Jennifer Lopez, I'm bringing it back, honey. The fact that she was photographed at an after party, okay, holding hands with Matt Damon, having a heart-to-heart is the type of psychological warfare that I can get on fucking board with, okay? So not only is she just out and about, live, laugh, love, Ben Who, she is also like very publicly saddling up to his very best friend, which is just so Jackie Schimmel coded. You know what I mean? It feels spicy, and I can't really explain why, because you know Ben Affleck is going to see those photos and be like, what the fuck were they talking about? Like, are they both talking shit about me? Hi, me, I'm the problem, it's me. It's just it's a cool fuck you look. And like I said, if Jennifer Lopez has one fan, her name is Jackie Schimmel. Did you see Selena, Como La Flor? Do you know what song I have on my Chill House playlist? Unironically, Como La Flor. You know what other songs I have in my library? Okay. Do I have, not Ain't It Funny? I mean, I'm Real, obviously, because I'm a huge Ja Rule fan. Even the Fire Festival thing, like, didn't deter me one bit. Living It Up, one of the best songs of all fucking time. My first album. I have Gonna Be All Right by J-Lo, the original version. I believe it's featuring Nas, and also Walking on Sunshine. Did I have the Walking on Sunshine remix EP? It's not, I'm walking on sunshine. That's not it. That's not the one I'm fucking talking about. I'm talking about Jennifer Lopez. Feel walking on sunshine in the middle of the night. I had a whole EP with 5 different versions of that fucking song. Okay. And I set up my tripod and I got in my garage and I bled out on La Flor. Como La Flor. Okay. I got to find those videos because Off-Brand October, we might have some announcements coming to a city near you. Como La Fluckin' Floor. Thank you so much for listening. 5 stars on iTunes. Thank you very much. And set your alarms. Off-Brand October is just around the bend. Have a great week, everybody. Bye.